proceedings with the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. First of all, I request Hafiz Habib Saab to come forward on the stage and recite few verses from Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان. والسماء ورفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان. والسماء ورفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان. والأرض وضعها للعنام. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Jazakallah. The Honorable Chief Guest, Najibullah Malik Saab, worthy Head of Campus, Khusro Pervez Khan Saab, my respected colleagues from DSI team, distinguished participants, faculty, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would warmly welcome you all to this mega event of hands-on workshop on data science, which is organized by Predictive Analytics Lab at Zabis Islamabad campus. And on behalf of the organization team of this workshop, I very warmly welcome you and I thank you for coming and attending this workshop. My dear participants, this is a great opportunity, rather I would say a fantastic opportunity for all of you to get this hands-on training, which would be definitely a leading step towards ahead in your data science career endeavors. We certainly appreciate your commitment to attend this workshop, which is highly valuable in terms of hands-on experience on data science, and which is again organized by the Predictive Analytics Lab of the Zabis. Uh, I would also like to thank Higher Education Commission for their partial support in organizing this conference and for their cooperation in organizing this workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Zabist Islamabad campus. This Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto Institute of Technology is fully chartered institute established through a legislative act of Sindh Assembly. And Zabist has multiple campuses in different cities of Pakistan and also internationally, which includes Karachi, Islamabad, Larkana, Hyderabad, and Dubai. Zabist is a registered member of the International Association of Different Universities. Zabist is ranked among the best science and technology institute among the world, and their MBA school is recognized by the CNN publication Asia Week. Zabist is one of the top 20 business schools from Asia, as by the Business Week, and only 2 business schools in Pakistan are listed in the Business Week, and Zabist is among one of them. Um, Now, Zabis Department of Computer Science is also very renowned and has a strong reputation and footing in the computing industry here in Islamabad and all over the Pakistan. And I'm very delighted to share with you that Zabist is one of the pioneers to start their MS Data Science program here in Islamabad, which is fully accredited and recognized by the Higher Education Commission. And recent past, Zabist Department of Computer Science has achieved another milestone by getting a funding of 88 millions from the government of Pakistan and under the Center for Big Data Analytics and Cloud Computing. Actually, in the recent past, the Ministry of Planning and Higher Education Commission, they announced a few centers in Pakistan, and Zabist is one of them who actually successfully received the funding of 88 millions, and their lab is named as Predictive Analytics Lab, and this workshop is organized by this Predictive Analytics Lab. The objective of this lab is actually to work on the big data analytics in cooperation in the healthcare industry, in cooperation with the Sindh government. And I'm very hopeful that the objective of this lab is basically work in the healthcare industry of the Sindh, and that would be very fruitful, and that would be one step ahead in the data analytics in healthcare in Pakistan. So I'm also very thankful for Predictive Analytics Lab, its PI, Dr. Usman, and co-PI, Dr. Azhar Saab. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity to hold this workshop under the umbrella of your lab. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to also thank the audit department of Zabist Islamabad campus for organizing and providing full cooperation to have this workshop as a successful event. Dear participants, as you all aware of that business experts around the world in these days have a very strong belief that the data is the new oil. So if we take a look at the demand for the data science in the recent years, it has definitely gone very high. So data science utilizes the skill set to convert all the information into an actionable, high insights from everything from product development to the customer retention to the new opportunities. So according to a very recent report by McKinsey Global Institute, by 2018, United States alone would have 190,000 people with deep analytical skills, as well as 1.5 million managers are required, and the analysts are required with the know-how to use the analysis of big data to make effective decision making. So the demand for the data science is too large that the universities and the colleges in the West will not be able to train enough their talented demanded by the marketplace. So this unmet demand for the data science in the US as well as in the other Western economic would open up great opportunities and the talent for the youth in Asia. But before this, the statistician, the mathematician, and the computer scientist in Pakistan will have to educate themselves and to the youth to become the true driving force for data science. That is why the DSI team, Data Science Initiative team, took this giant task to establish the capacity building in Pakistan. And this workshop is actually third in a row, and this is basically one step towards development of the capacity building of data science in Pakistan, in which we are very sorely lacking. So, dear participants, the 5-day workshop basically adapts interdisciplinary skills based approach to the big data and plan to satisfy the increasing data intensive needs of the industry, government, and individual. That's why in this workshop we have participants from the industry, from the academia, and the students as well. So we are expecting to beef up your career and by changing the development, in-depth expertise in data science. The workshop will focus on the evolution of novel methods for the data science. And after the completion of this workshop, the participant can use the state-of-the-art data science techniques in the sphere of their pursuit. This workshop will introduce the participant the most recent and advanced hands-on technologies involved in automating the analytical instruments and burn the noise to produce knowledge from the big data. So it should be noted that this workshop is intellectually very challenging, and the participant with a passion for problem solving using mathematics and computer science will find this program very interesting and challenging as well. So in this 5 days workshop, the participants will actually learn how the business problems can be solved using the data science. The workshop is broadly consists of 4 modules, and later on Dr. Shehzad Cheema will explain those modules. But just to highlight those 4 modules, first of all, there's a data science landscape module, and then the data analytics with Python, and then predictive practical machine learning with Python, and finally the data science roles and methods. Each module cover one or the more aspects of the data science, and the related resources will be provided you in the lab. Now, the workshop participants are, as I said, came from 3 different segments of our society. The first of all from the industry, the second half from academia, and finally the students. So just to mention the few, we have the participants from Punjab Land Record Authority, SP Global Market Intelligence, Clarity Studio, Wiseman Innovatives, Alberuni Technologies, and from Nadra. And from academia, we have participants from Bahria University, NFC IET Multan, University of Wa, Islamic International University, UMT, RIFA, and of course from Zabis as well. Now, let me introduce you to the workshop speakers. First of all, I would request Shehzad Cheema sir. He's our lead from DSI team. Dr. Shehzad Cheema is working in data science related areas for over 15 years, and he's a leading data science. He's a lead data scientist in Watson IoT industry lab in Germany. He is engaged in data science projects and proof of concepts across a range of industries such as electronics, automotive, manufacturing, insurance, and public administration. In his role, he helps clients identify big data opportunities, design solutions, and implement rapid solutions. He holds a PhD in machine learning in large databases from University of Bonn, and also MS degree from there in mathematics and autonomous systems. Before joining IBM, he has worked as a senior expert at DHL Corporate Strategy and Central Data Analysis team. In his role, he helped building data science team and mentoring junior data scientists. He has also worked in the prominent international big data startups, European Union research products, and academia. He is actively engaged with the Punjab University in industrialization of big data. Dr. Chima is a hands-on data scientist with full stack experience. He has lead projects in areas of autonomous drive, volume forecast, global routing, optimization, visual recognition, real-time binding engine, text mining, social media, web security, and IoT applications. Thank you, Dr. Sir. Let me take the opportunity to introduce Dr. Chan Naseeb Sir. Dr. Chan is a senior data scientist working with the KPMG Netherlands in advanced analytics and big data team, a group of mostly former research physicists from CERN with an understanding of the value of the big data. Within the team, he leads the development of an open source software platform, CAVE, which is KPMG Analytics and Visualization environment. He leads a distributed team of developers beside himself contributing to the cave development analysis. He also take on the challenges at client engagement for the public sector, chemical industry, transport, and logistics sector. He has led a team of multiple data scientists to realize a churn prediction project. He has recently participated in hackathon for wildlife protection through detection. Currently, his focus on applied research include agility in data science and implementation of blockchain. He has been doing analysis, design, and verification of software systems since 2007. He has delivered worldwide lectures at Accenture about Android programming, besides several other workshops. He has recently given a couple of workshops on data science within KPMG. His expertise include big data, Hadoop ecosystem, agile, blockchain, and data science. He holds certification in Scrum, and in scaled Scrum. He is an agile and data scientist evangelist. He has been a reviewer for a number of journals and conferences. He holds his professional doctorate degree in engineering, and his thesis was on software integration between the external repositories and game bus repositories from Eindhoven University of Technology in Netherlands. And he has worked on a large-scale European project, Game Bus. Thank you, sir, for having. The third speaker would be Dr. Asan Viraj. Dr. Asan Viraj has more than 10 years of experience in data science in Europe and Middle East. He is expert in machine learning, particularly in data modeling, diagnostic, descriptive, and predictive analytics. He has developed several machine learning algorithms for data quality and published articles in renowned journals and conferences. He is experienced with the large big data technologies and tools. Dr. Asan developed innovative use of data products across several industries such as transport, smart cities, Internet of Things, real estate, telecom, digital health, and retail. He has working experience with Majid Al Fatim UAE Telecom Company, Roads and Transport Authority UAE, Vodafone, NSA, Siemens, Telefonia, Airbus, and Cost. Uh, he has PhD in computer science with majors in analytics from the University of Groningen, Netherlands, MSc in information technology in collaboration with Aalborg University, Denmark. And he has also attained worked with universities in the Sweden and worked in applied science, Limburg, Germany, as a joint project. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Dr. Zubair. Dr. Zubair is a teaching data scientist and related courses for 2 years, for more than 2 years in Punjab University College of Information Technology. Prior to this, Dr. Zubair worked as a high-performance computing expert in Sesame, Jordan, in collaboration with Data Analytics Group of the France. Currently, he's on various data science projects with the government of Punjab related with synchronization, radiation, medical imaging, finance, and text analysis. Thank you, sir. Before I move further, now I would request Dr. Shehzad Chimasab to please come.
Go through a little bit of history of DSI and our team and what are our objectives and what we actually do and what we plan to do. So basically, we are a team of industry professionals, already have extended introduction. So it started somehow back in 2013. I met with Chan Saab and we thought about, he was doing a PhD in process mining, I was doing PhD in machine learning. And we were thinking that why actually we are not developing resources for international standard in Pakistan for industry. So we kept talking, and somehow back in 2016, we decided that we should probably take the lead ourselves. And we met our colleagues at PUCIT, and we then delivered first workshop back in 2017. Later, we got support from Dr. Professor Suhail and Dr. Ehsan. And this is then, we had the next workshop in ComSet. And thank you very much, Dr. Saab. It was really like brought us to a next level. And this is our third workshop now. And of course, more is coming. So why we thought of going this way? As Doctor said, that there are actually millions of jobs coming out in there. That's not always with the title of data science. That's with basically somehow some sort of relationship with data. So what we believe is that the landscape of information technology is changing. So it's some fundamentals will be changing over the time. There is actually a lot of data being generated all the way from autonomous car, from insurance industry, from telecom, and so on. So we believe that the way we actually do information technology, that is classical programming, now will go more towards data-oriented programming and so on. And unfortunately, the gap that we see somewhere in international industry and our local industry and our local consumption of our data science is really growing over time. So we thought that maybe we should bring our expertise from international industry and help our local academia and industry as well. So how, so ultimately, we set up some concrete objectives. So what we want to do by 2020, we want to train 1,000 data scientists, or let's call them data scientists. I hope after 5 days, you will feel like a data scientist at least. That's one of our objectives, that you feel like a data scientist and you come to a position where you will say, you know what, if I go to internet now, then I can actually, find the right information and grow from there. So just to give you an idea, I also have my own online course in one of the largest websites, which is pretty expensive. But on the other hand, I also feel empathize to the students that when you start something which is so complex and which is so vague, called data science, big data, it's often very difficult to understand it. Where should you begin and where should you stop? What is important? What is not important? So the objective of our workshop is also enable you to actually go and then develop yourself further after these 5 days. So the actual deliverables that we have, our strategy, is to provide this type of hands-on training workshop. So this 5-day workshop is designed more for professionals, for practitioners, for students. As Dr. Saab said, that it will be intense. You will have to do quite some programming and you will learn a lot of new technologies, 9 to 6. And this time we thought it could be even later. So, stay flexible. The other thing that we want to then do is it's not only students. We also see that the gap is also from the decision makers. We are so fortunate that we have already seen a lot of interest from software houses and government departments. But we also want to make some future workshops that are more strategic workshop and for the decision makers to bring some more awareness that how can actually we bring data science in Pakistan. So I don't think it will be only that we want to export all of you, but we really want to have a demand here and change this industry as well. So from the past, as Dr. said, we already have delivered 3 workshops. The 4th workshop is also planned for this year, and then 5th and 6th. So I'm very glad to tell you that we have so far, including this workshop, we can say that we will be training 150 data scientists, and that covers something like 17 industries and government departments, and some 26 universities all over the country. So what would you be expecting out of this workshop? We have designed it we have divided into 4 modules. The module 1 is I hope this works. the data science landscape. So this is what we usually call talk module. And by talk, I mean the experts, industry experts, will bring you and will try to clarify a lot of concept. What is big data? What is AI? What is machine learning? What a data scientist does? What is the business perspective? What not to do in data science? So this is divided over all the 5 days. So there will be 3 sub-modules for this particular module that will tell you about the landscape of data science and the relationship of technologies and application, the roles, engineer, for example, analyst, and so on, also about the business perspective. The second module is more technical one, data analysis with Python. Somehow 80% of the work of a data scientist is more about understanding the data, asking the question, what is data and why things are happening the way they are happening. So this is more about data analysis, finding about what is happening in the data. The difference from classical statistical analysis and what we have is technology and tools and some new methods that have been developed. So day 2 will be more about data analysis with Python. Later in the today, you will actually start Python. Just a quick question. How many of you already know Python or have programmed? Yeah, great. So then we will actually then go into more details of the actual libraries in there. So module 3 is more about the practical machine learning. So practical machine learning is what you can call what is new actually in data science. This will include again some Python libraries, the basic algorithm that are popular, also some advanced methods. And actually we want you to reach to the end of machine learning. So this is our goal, that you spend a couple of days with the hands-on exercises and projects. And finally, we have fourth module that will be data science at scale. So there, what we want to actually tell you is that if you are building some large-scale applications, or you want to go into some more complex details. For example, one of the very popular field, which does not solve all the problem, by the way, but you need to know, is deep learning. So there will be like one sub-module exactly on deep learning. The topic here is not really make you enable, but at least introduce you to these concepts. Then we will also talk about how data science is done on cloud, and for example, by using Apache Spark and so on. And there will be also one module, as Shansab said, on the decentralized applications and blockchain. So So at the end of the workshop, of course, we will also have certain goals, and you will be also provided feedback forms to fill during the mid of the workshop and at the end of the workshop. And maybe you need to think about that, okay, are we really achieving what we wanted to achieve by that time? So first of all, we want to enable you as experienced into data science, and then you should be able to separate what is the buzzword. I normally what happens, we start discussing and then there is a question. Okay, this is AI, this is data science, this is big data. What is the difference and so on? What we want to make you at the end is that you understand that you have your own definition, and you know that, okay, at the end of the day, they are all the same somehow. Um, and of course, apply those skills that you will be learning. We also want you to be fluent with data analysis. What does that mean? That how to do rapid programming by using Python, and then Zabis modeling. So this will be a technique that we will discuss, that how a data mining cycle actually go through all this process of data understanding, domain understanding, and so on. Of course, you should also be uh, experienced into the most common machine learning techniques, the objective of one of our module. Um, so normally when I say machine learning, the most experienced machine learning person is the one who can design a full end-to-end pipeline. So this is actually more or less the end of machine learning, that you know you design a program that starts from data and that can do everything: feature engineering, optimization, and so on. We want to enable you to do that. That is our objective of module 3, basically. And of course, finally, as I said, module 4 is more towards introducing you to the concepts. So there, we are not thinking that we will make you experts of blockchain or deep learning, but we at least want you to bring to a level that you understand them much better. Just to sum that up, the objective, as I said, we have online courses, we have a lot of workshops or conferences, but what we want to differentiate is that our focus here will be enable. So we will be happy if we have contributed, and after that workshop, you really feel that you can now do it, right? So we do not want to give you some talks and excite you more and more and more, but we really want that you open up your machines and you say that, you know what, I will do some project, I will go back to my industry, and I will solve one of the problems that we have there, right? And we also want to build a certain, through some exercises, a character that you become more proactive, right? So yeah, with that, yeah, thank you very much. So, okay.
Thank you, Shazad Saab, and Shazad Saab will be the taking most of the time in during the workshops. Okay, I think now it's the time to have a brief introduction of our chief guest, Mr. Najibullah Malik Saab. He's a very senior civil servant who held many important positions in the federal as well as Punjab government. He received his master's in public policy from Georgetown University, USA. And by the way, he's also Ravian. He did his MA in English from Lahore, from University College, Government College Lahore. He's a well-known in professional and academia circles. He belongs to district management group in a CSP cadre. He started his career as assistant commissioner Islamabad and rose to the prestigious ranks of chief secretary Punjab and federal secretary of information technology. Mr. Najibullah Malik retired as federal secretary information technology, and during his tenure, the ministry had made some great strides to achieve new levels of efficiency, productivity, innovative technologies, advancements. Mr. Malik represented Pakistan in and host numerous conferences and delivered keynote speeches on the various aspects of IT and communication. And he has a varied background of being a well-rounded professional civil servant, academician, writer, policy analyst. And because of this such background, we have requested Sir Najibullah Malik to grace this occasion as a chief guest of today's workshop. So I request Najibullah Malik Saab to come on stage and please share your words with the participants and the audience. Sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most magnificent and the most benevolent, Mr. Khusro Pervez Khan, head of Zabis Islamabad campus, Mr. Suhail, Dr. Suhail, Dr. Shehzad, I'll just name the first names, Dr. Kamran Malik, Dr. Zubair Nawaz, Dr. Shehzad Chima, and Mr. Chan Naseeb. In the first place, I must thank the organizers of this workshop for giving me this opportunity to address the participants. Interestingly, I'm a very relevant speaker this morning because I studied this discipline at Georgetown. And before Georgetown, I had a stint at Penn State, again in USA, where for the first time I handled the data. And it was tabulation of a different kind because it was on cards. If some of you, it's a very primitive design, primitive method of and all of the faculty members who facilitated this endeavor and undertaking. Whenever I visit Zabis, I feel I'm part of the elements of this school, this great institute. While listening to two speeches, I went back to Penn State and Georgetown. Data is something which was not being understood few decades ago. People thought it's just junk. Only students of statistics, they are going to learn something and use it. Maybe there is no use of that. My first course was in methods and analysis from Penn State. I did regress the data. I went for different kind of what do you call statements, and then I conducted a survey, and I came out with the report based on null hypothesis, because you are academicians and practitioners, stakeholders. But it's very, I should say, these are, as you say, small things, that I did. There is a connectivity in my academic undertakings and my professional work. I had been dealing with law and order situation, policy analysis, formulating policies for something like 36, 37 years. And at the end of my career, God gave me opportunity to do something for data. I was secretary, IT, and communication. And this is where the bell rings now. People thought I was one of civil servants who can write and speak good English and who doesn't know anything about data. And they got a little shocked when I chaired the first meeting of PTCL, Pakistan Telecommunication uh, Limited, something like that. And the stakeholders were Arabs, professionals, and myself, and the local PTCL directors. I asked one question. It's very relevant for this workshop. I said, how long the voice is going to be relevant in this world? Believe me, I asked this question. PTCL did not have any answer. The Arabs, who were educated but who were just, I would say, money minded, they didn't understand me. I said, voice is going to disappear very soon, and data is going to be the focus. Data is going to be the medium of communication. And then I asked a question from my officers, what do you mean by ICT? Information Communication Technology. Member IT didn't know what I was speaking, and member telecom, being an electronical engineer, was perplexed. He said, "Sir, आपने electronics में engineering तो नहीं की हुई?" मैंने कहा, "No, I haven't." When I'm a journalist, when I take some position, some responsibility, I go deeper into things. And may I share with you that I was a person who introduced EVO, EVO, which is available, I think, on subscription of 1800 or 2000 rupees. Then Charles G. And the investors were on tenterhooks, the Arabs. And they used to say, Mr. Malik, hopefully we are not going to lose business. I said, no, you're going to multiply the business. My highest point in career came when I went to Dubai to chair a meeting, and they said, you have turned around PTCL because you have introduced this thing. I said it's my own study and my own vision that voice is going to be replaced by data. And I feel very satisfied, and I feel kind of professionally more than satisfied. And I think I shared my knowledge, and I shared uh, whatever I had, and because of that, there was some kind of a benefit. As the ritual goes, I did write few points for the audience, and again, they're very relevant. I will not take much of time because already your program is back to back. I start with divinity. I will take few minutes. Data starts from divinity. Divinity is Allah. And I'm making a bold statement. Through data, you can reach Allah. You can understand the dynamics of nature. And here I'm going to make two references. We are Muslims. All of us are Muslims, it seems. Two surahs substantiate my this humble uttering. One is Surah Mulk. I'm very poor in Urdu and Arabic and even Persian. That's why I confessed in the beginning. I remember the translation. In the beginning para, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, look at the sky. I have made 7 skies like that. Look at that again. Can you find any default? No, no whatsoever. I have made 7 skies. The question mark is measure it. Second, Surah Yasin, I recite that every day. God says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, every everything is in a great order. Sun and moon are moving in their respective orbit, and night and day they have got a measured time. Neither day can precede night and vice versa. I'm connecting this to another reading of mine. In 2011, somewhere, somebody, like a very good friend, he said, there's a book I bought for you from USA, and the title of the book was Zero is Equal to One. I'm gingering your mind, really. People who have done their doctorate, sorry. It's written by Catherine something. I'm forgetting the last name. Unfortunately, the book was taken by somebody because it's a big book and nobody can really finish it in one sitting. But I had done that. Catherine's thesis is very close to what Allah has already stated. She is a Christian. She says 0 is equal to 1 is equal to infinity. Infinity is found in between 0 and 1. I'm connecting it with the first thing that I said. Through data, you can go to the infinite, and infinite is divinity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His existence and his universe, which is not yet discovered. So, it's a very sacred duty, my friends, you are undertaking. It's a very small step towards infinity. But उर्दू में कहते हैं कतरा कतरा दरिया बन जाता है. 30 years ago, when I started my foreign education, and I got introduced to data, I found it very boring. With me were a few friends, colleagues, and I said, I'm a very poor student of arithmetic. That's why I did my master's in literature. They said, pal, you are in big trouble. But then later, I deliberately took few courses. And I have to say, data is something very interesting, and I'll take you to history of importance of data. And my friends on this side and this side, you are the luminaries. You have done your masters in data or whatever, IT or whatever. But I'm giving you my own experience, which is very relevant. Information and data, they're the same thing. They're interchangeable. I'm coming to the digits now. The world has been digitalized. It's doing off only 20, 30 years. Information and to transform it into years. Information and to transform it into digits is not a big art. It's not a big science. Now it comes naturally, but it has been through so many stages, Now the two are interchangeable. And I have borrowed some quotation from somewhere. Data and information are used interchangeably. That's one. Second is data is measured, collected, reported, and analyzed. That is the whole circumference of the domain. Then is it can be transformed into codal disciplines. I think today's workshop is very relevant. You all are going to pursue all these strong points of data. You are going to go deeper into it, but I, being just a student staying on the learning curve, I have just to say one statement is again very interesting. I borrowed it somewhere. There is no source. It was just quoted. Data is the new oil of the digital economy. You might have read it somewhere, but I borrowed it from my encyclopedia uh, last night. While I was going through that, I said, "What I'm going to really speak." And I believe in one thing: you always do some kind of hard work to justify your presence wherever you're going. So I've done a little bit of some kind of brainstorming last night, and I'm sharing with you. Now, this is my data science is the new stream of knowledge. And this stream of knowledge is the ultimate. If you are going to really go through this cycle of infinity, you're going to discover many new things. The world has made this cosmos, no, not, I won't say cosmos, this widespread universe. It has got everything. And in Quran somewhere, I'm not remembering the surah, that you have to discover the dynamics of nature. Is written, I think, more than once. We Muslims, we just read Quran, as most of the students in Pakistan go through the coursework just for the heck of it. They don't go deeper. That's why we are churning out, sorry for my strong words, sorry, illiterates, degree holders, and there's no connectivity between wisdom and knowledge that you acquire. My request to the organizers is please share your work and think what is relevant, because I think Dr. Suhail had said, and I had taken mental note of that, there's a yawning gap between whatever is being developed elsewhere and whatever is available here. To you, Dr. Saab. But unfortunately, we are not making the right kind of strides. I spent 2 years as secretary IT. In the beginning, I was excited, and at the end, I was a little depressed. I went all over, something like six continents. Made speeches. Few speeches were published because I do carry the script, but at times I go sort of, extreme. And my all the time, my request is that try to do try to make these things really make real. These things are there. You scientists, you stakeholders can see that. Make it available to the common man, because everything is for the common man. About IT industry in Pakistan, it started off very well before 9/11. But after 9/11, unfortunately, most of the people are doing business in Dubai or in India. Our best IT company is in Bangalore. Shameful. Because governments have also defaulted. Stakeholders, especially the business people, have also defaulted. As a result, most of the students who are graduates in IT and computer science are without a job. I was really very happy when I think Dr. Kamran, you're Mr. Kam, Dr. Shahzad said, lot. I think either Shahzad or Suhail, one of the two, said that many jobs will be available in the near future. I really want the young ones to be inducted. If given to me, I can't go back to the government because I've outlived my utility. I think I'll make IT compulsory, develop a market of IT specialists, and see how Pakistan develops into, sorry for my strong words again, theocratic state to a modern, educated, high-tech state. Because it's individuals who make the nation. Nation doesn't become a nation on its own. I wish you all the best. My best wishes are with you. I wish I had time to visit you again and again to learn something. Uh, I've got a rudimentary knowledge. My academic discourse was over in 1992, but I still carry very vivid images, and I still hold them very fresh in my mind. So when I was coming this morning, I was really excited to to learn few things. I'm thankful to the organizers because I heard two very good speeches, and it really connected with my academic experience as well as my practical experience. Pakistan is a lovable country. It has got all the features of a great nation. Unfortunately, we are not being driven on the right path. With this wish and promise that inshallah, we'll achieve what we have to. And this workshop, I wish all the best for you. I'm very sure this small beginning will make a big impact. At least you can share that. And in the end, I wish you all the best, but for God's sake, do share the outcomes and the conclusions, the last one. Dr. Saab had projected that there. I would like to go through that and would like to discuss with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for a very thoughtful speech. And indeed, yes, you're absolutely right. We need to have some capacity building for this new era of data science, and that's what we are struggling. And that's what the data science initiative team is hoping for, to start the capacity building, because the future is of data science in the coming years ahead. Finally, I would request our head of campus, Khusro Parvez Khan Sahab, to come on stage and please share his thoughts about the workshop. And I tell you one thing, the main driving force behind this workshop and this initiative is Khusro Parvez Khan Sahab. Sir, please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Mr. Najibullah Malik Sahab, Chief Guest of the Day. Our worthy Head of the Departments, Dr. Muhammad Asif Khan, Dr. Osman Sahab, Dr. Tariq Bahid, the members of DSIT, Professor Suhail Asghar Sahab, Dr. Shehzad Cheema, Chand Naseeb Sahab, Dr. Asan Viraj, and Dr. Zubair Nawaz. Honorable faculty members, and my dear participants. I'm really grateful, Najibullah Malik Sahab, for your association with Zabis and your visitation here and delivering a very thought-provoking speech today. Dr. Shehzad Cheema has identified those gaps which you actually further dilated on. And that is that the developments which are being held in rest of the world are not aptly here in Pakistan being adapted here. But they have taken a mission on, and I'm very glad that this team, DSIT, they have decided in 2016, and now they are going on this venture. We will render all the support from Zabis platform to user and wherever in the government if it is required. So it will be coming forth for this mission. We are all committed for this. So yes. And often I share with Dr. Usman and Professor Suhail Asghar and Dr. Asif. This is something which I also dreamt of. It is a dream that Pakistan should now transform into a very high-tech country where our youngsters, they should be fully equipped with these modern technologies and the disruptive technologies, and they should be taking the full benefit of it. And from the traditional knowledge gaining and knowledge sharing to a high-tech society, we have a lot of potential. Very, very, Najibullah Malik Sahab has rightly said, Pakistan has great potential. And we need to just capitalize on that potential. And the potential we can see is the bulging youth. This youth, the population of youth in Pakistan is the third biggest population in the world. And that is where I can see a transformational change here, which can bring a change for Pakistan. And sir, let me share with you that Pakistan is now number fifth as far as its freelancing is concerned. As freelancing, Pakistan is number fifth. And Pakistan is churning out $2.8 billion earning from freelancing. And when I say that there is a dream, we can see that in next 3 to 4 years, we can be among the number three country in the world in freelancing. That is something around a capitalization of $10 billion. So that is the kind of challenge here, and that is the kind of opportunity here in Pakistan. And this, the features of data sciences, which Dr. Shahzad has shared with you in 4 modules. My urge to the participant would be take full benefit of it. And one thing, when there will be talk session, do ask as many questions as they crop up in your mind, because that is the key. If you will not ask the questions, the queries will remain inside your brain, and perhaps uh, that kind of capitalization should not be there. And end of the day, Dr. Saab has narrated the few outcomes. In Kennedy School of Government, sir, we used to say in Harvard that by the end of this, you will be the session or will be speaking the same language. So from the participants, we expect that by the end of 5 days, this extensive hands-on session, you'll be speaking the same language as your instructors will be speaking. So that is our hope with this uh, hands-on workshop of 5 days. Very extensive, I know. You'll be having some freedom also during your lunch and tea. Take full advantage of that also, I'll say. I'll urge. And discuss informally also during your tea sessions and after tea. I'll request Dr. Saab, when the sessions finishes, so there is a boardroom here. Anybody who wants to discuss anything, so you can have a sitting in the boardroom and you can discuss by the end of those sessions of the day. Thank you very much once again for the organizers who organized this for this. And yesterday, Dr. Asif Saab was telling me, sir, हमने blockchain के ऊपर भी I'll share something with you, because that is one task which we have given to the management sciences also. And let me share with the audience that we have introduced and mashallah, our MS in data sciences is already there. We intend to introduce MS and data sciences in practice for the management science, and inshallah we are working on that. So that is how we are chalking out our course of way to actually what you have, I mean, dreamt of, and you have a dream that Pakistan should go strides high. So we are also with you in this, and you can bank on Zabis and its sports. Thank you very much. Bahut shukriya.
Sir, I request our Honorable Chief Guest Najibullah Malik Saab to please come forward and have a shield from Head of Department, Head of Campus, Khusro Professor. Which side should I come?
Formally
Sir, मैं अभी announce करता हूँ. So this formally ends our inaugural ceremony, and now we'll go outside for our group photo with the participants, and after that refreshments, and then hands-on workshop for 5 days. And see you on the 27th of Eve again for the closing ceremony. Thank you very much for all of you. And